Okay, am I hosting? Because cool, I guess. Oh my god. We're gonna all have to host. Okay. Well, what's up, everyone? Oh, that's reassuring.
Mhm.
All right, I believe you. Well, two of our hot tub members are currently not with us, but swimming at the exact opposite end of me in the hot tub for more than one reason is OK Booma.
Yeah, this is new. So what's this watery stuff? Is this like bathing? I've heard about this from the Roman times. Speaking of which, on Hadrian's Wall, guys, they found a Roman has drawn a rather large penis, an old Roman guard. And of course, his name was probably Biggest. But that's my little bit of Christmas humor. I don't know this watery stuff. What's it called? What does it do? I'm changing color. I've got sort of, yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I filled it with weapons grade LSD. By the way, have fun.
Nice.
it's
Just keep
working well
mopping up around here.
because Psycho Bob, it's working very well because you look like Quiddies, who's not here. So I must be, this is tripping shit, buddy. And I notice his elbows are in the right place too. That's good to see. Oh, sorry. Okay.
No, I'm standing beside the hot tub. I'm Scruffy, the janitor.
And our beloved Microraptor says someone's mic is wonky. Okay. All right, Micro. Someone's mic is wonky.
I think it
how do we
was
fix
until we all figured out like what we were all doing. So
Oh, okay. All right. Beautiful.
should be
Yay.
okay. Yeah.
So tell me,
Can
I'm
you?
toast.
Sorry.
Sorry, I got a bit of latency there. So, what's our topic today, guys? Because we're actually in the day after Christmas mode here in Australia. The future has arrived safely, and you guys are still in Christmas 90s, aren't you? Is that correct? In this whole timescale thing? Oh, can we kill that vape, please, Chrisma? Thank you. yeah.
Unmute myself. God damn it! They didn't even hear my spiel about not organizing the squirrels for takeover of the world in 2022. Which I'm not doing. I'm not organizing the squirrels. They're not organized, and I definitely didn't give the people at NASA a blowjob to get that hot tub for y'all.
It's okay. They were busy launching the James Webb Telescope.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, they were nice enough and gave us the hot tub for y'all to relax in. So.
Which is now filled with weapons grade LSD. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, they heard y'all, but not me.
No. Okay. So, what's the James Webb Telescope? Can someone give me a fill-in? Because although I do have a significant space boner, it's been deflected or somewhat the last couple of days. So, fill us in, Fish. Do you know much of it?
Okay, so up to this point, the Hubble telescope was one of our best ways to see stuff in deep space. And if we wanted something really, really powerful, we actually would combine Earth telescopes. They would look at the same point and coordinate their data so that essentially it was like having one massive super mega telescope versus three disparate ones. And James Webb Telescope is going to eliminate a lot of those challenges by being more powerful and being way further out than Hubble and having a lot better technology with which to see the potential origins of the universe.
Whoa. Okay, and
Yay.
also what has gone past, I'm interested here, is Comet Leonard, or as I found, Comet Gregory, because Gregory Leonard's his first name, is kind of heading out now. So our telescope will probably be able to watch Comet Gregory on his departure, I'm saying. And when does it get deployed, Vish?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't really talk to Shitty Greg. That's what we've had to start calling him after the incident in the Mardi Gras party. So
Ooh.
I must have got
we don't
the
talk
memo.
about that. And I quit talking to Shitty Greg.
Okay.
But I do know that as of this morning, the telescope had begun to unfurl its solar panel chargers and was charging up its death ray.
Cool.
It's like that jockstrap incident all over again.
Okay, for those of us who don't know the jockstrap incident, what is the jockstrap incident? He asks reluctantly. No, I'm scared.
I'm not allowed to talk about it. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Had to dig so many holes that day.
Okay, so
So many holes.
the topic for tonight, unless we get off on a tangent, which we might,
We always do.
is Agenda 21 / the Great Reset. And some of this I realized I was familiar with the general concept. I just didn't realize it had like a official name, I guess. So they filled me in before we started. But
You had a whole
that's
week
kind
to
of where we're
prepare.
going.
You had a whole week to prepare. I'm like, come on.
On the topic itself, yes. But I didn't realize that like it went by a slightly different name now. Because like a lot of these conspiracies just kind of get repackaged over time. So there's a lot of people that like they'll call things New World Order and then they'll take a segment of it and break it off and start a new thing. And that's what apparently the Great Reset is, because nobody was calling it that when I was growing up.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got an article here that the Agenda 21 2030 New World Order is not an actual real document. Yeah. Sorry, people who believe in this. It's not an actual document. Who's gonna volunteer to read?
Well, is this something along the lines of QAnon sort of crap? Because there's a couple of things here where there is just that whole, what are they, G20 summits or whatever. One of them was called that, I thought. Yeah, where the International Monetary Fund and all them get together. So is this like a QAnon-ish type conspiracy thing, or is this kind of a whole bunch of politicians having a party and a piss up?
Kind of both. It's misunderstood mainly.
Okay.
Well, considering how QAnon was designed to fit into every other conspiracy theory.
Yeah, generally, yeah.
Well, I'm curious, is there a Q2 coming up? Like, surely there's got to be another one within the government because he's not part of the party. So does he now work for Joey Boy, or do we still have a separate Q who's loyal to the red Cheeto?
Not that I'm aware of. It's just the one QAnon that I'm aware of. Those fucking idiots. So, yeah, let's read this, I guess. Who's gonna read it?
By let's, did you mean me?
That's what was implied, yes.
Then just say, Vish, can you read this article?
Fish, can you please read this article?
Yes, I can and will. All right. The claim. The United Nations will establish a new world order under its Agenda 21 / 2030 mission goals. Is a new world order part of the UN's plan? There is evidence that the claim has been circulated on social media for years, but a May repost by Facebook user, I can't see the okay. Vernon Atkinson recently went viral. Over 20 goals comprise the New World Order. The United Nations will focus on as part of its, quote, Agenda 21 / 2030 mission goals, according to the claim. Items on the agenda include one world government, a single cashless currency, government-owned and controlled schools, colleges and universities, and an end to single-family homes.
Can I just jump in there? Vish, can you do this in your Kent Hovind voice? or your Cockney voice. I'd love to hear one of your impressions.
Oh my
for
god.
Christmas Noel. Come on, please. I'd like it so much. Do it for Uncle
Okay, let
Boomer.
me
Thank you.
hang on. Okay. And this is not a conspiracy theory. Atkinson insisted in the caption, if you don't believe it, a simple Google search will take you to the UN website where you can access the document and read it for yourself. It is amazing, not how well the COVID-19 pandemic ties in with Agenda 21/2030. Christopher, you have to scroll the page.
Yeah. Sorry.
Atkinson did not.
All right, guys. Let's not.
Bugger 33, always professional.
Always professional.
Use
Okay,
that 5G technology to upload some booze directly into my veins. Nice
Yeah,
red
with our
stripe.
new technology, we can actually if you get the 5G shot, the V word, I can't remember the word right now. Vaccine.
You all right,
Fauci
Bitchin?
out.
If you get the vaccine, we
I got
can
my
actually
Fauci.
upload any number of things into your body directly. You just have to download it, and for $999.99, you can just download it, and it automatically goes into your veins. Like you can get caffeine, LSD, cocaine, anything for just a low payment of 6 payments of $999.999. And yeah, it
Nice.
downloads it directly into your
Also,
veins.
I'm with Sir Little Wolf on this. The only NWO I know of was in the WCW. I wish Quinnies was here to laugh with me about that. It's a wrestling joke. Okay, fine. Atkinson did not respond to a request for comment from USA Today. What are the UN's Agenda 21 and its Agenda 2030 mission goals? Agenda 21 was one of several agenda items for the 1992 United Nations Conference on Environment and Development in Rio de Janeiro. The agenda included 31 items addressing global and social economic dimensions. Is there a comma missing? Anyway, conservation and resource management, role strengthening for women, children, and workers, as well as proposed methods for implementation.
Yeah. Are you vacuuming or corrugating? Oh, sorry. Okay. Someone's vacuum cleaners on. Okay.
Items listed in the
Professional.
quote, New World Order, end quote, do not appear in Agenda 21. For instance, there is no mention of currency. Terms like military and sovereignty also do not appear, though both are referenced in the quote, New World Order, end quote. However, there are brief mentions of some of the items from the claim. The term, quote, central banking is present in reference to capacity building in developing countries. It is not described as exactly a world central bank. Property rights are also addressed regarding protecting women's rights to property, but not an end to all privately owned property.
Yeah, that's one part that a lot of people don't like, the whole end of private property thing. That's just not in there. They keep on saying, "Oh, they're going to end all property property rights, and that nobody's going to own anything anymore." I'm like, no, that's not. No, they don't want to do that.
I know how this got mixed in because the boogeyman of the day right now is evil socialist communists because idiots use them interchangeably, and one of the tenets of leftist thought is abolishing private property in the interest of the community. So
Exactly.
Wait.
that's
Hold
probably
on a
why they're like, well, that's a leftist, evil, liberal thing, communist, socialist, red, take our guns, dur, and it just got stirred into this.
Yeah, basically.
Wait a minute. With the digital economy and the service economy going on right now, isn't that what they're already doing? Corporations, I mean.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
So it's just more goddamn projection. Okay, just clearing that up.
Well, to quote the famous Dallas David, who, as you can imagine by the name Dallas David, he's got the typical voice of that whatever kind of American accent. It's the Chinese Communist Party are taking over because apparently Bill Clinton and all that were in on the whole whole conspiracy and they're taking over now. And I don't know, for reasons which escape me, because Dell's Dave, he's onto it. He knows exactly what's happening. They're cutting his internet off. His bad internet is the Chinese Communist Party weaving their evil
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep,
Dun,
there you
dun,
go.
dun.
So anything that's wrong is the Chinese Communist Party. Yep, my car needs to be refilled. Well, that's the Chinese fault. It's their fault all the time. Anyway, that's my impression of Dallas.
They took our nerves.
Dur, 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 dur. Dur, dur, dur.
Okay.
Dur, 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 dur.
Let's not over-egg the pudding, guys. So back to Kent and your wonderful reading of this. I'm loving the way you're doing this, Mr. Hovine. Thank you.
I'm not trying super hard, but I'm also not reading his own words. So this grammar is significantly more complex than his, which is on par with, I'd say, a really mediocre, like, 5th grader. So
I love it.
no tea, no shade to 5th graders. Live your best life. But, okay. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development is a resolution adopted by the UN General Assembly in 2015 that's focused around achieving 17 goals within 15 years. I'm just going to stop you at one because that's not even a thing that people who are currently in power even have an interest in doing.
No, they don't. They really don't.
Poverty is intrinsic to the power system that we're in right now. So, yeah. Anyway. Number 2, end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. That would be cool if we weren't so, busy with the cock in our mouths of subsidies for farm. But, yeah.
Okay,
Whatever.
I'm gonna have to bring up something that BJCnet in the chat brought up. He said it's been on the World Economic Forum's own website in detail and not looked recently. They also had predictions for 2030. One was you will own nothing and be happy. That is
Okay,
not.
PJ, provide the link.
Provide the link.
Provide the link or screenshot.
Give us the link and we'll bring it up right now. Bring us the link and we will literally read it right here and right now. We have that ability.
Citation needed. Otherwise,
Citation,
SDFU.
citation motherfucking needed.
Okay. Number 3, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities. Achieve gender equality and empower women and girls. Ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. Promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable. That is redundant. Promote sustained and sustainable economic growth.
Yeah.
Full and productive employment and decent work for all. Yeah, fuck that point. Number 9, build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, foster innovation. If they say sustainable one more goddamn time. Number 10, reduce inequality within and among countries, make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. Take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts, acknowledging the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change. Conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. Protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems. Sustainably manage forests. Combat desertification and halt and reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. Promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. Strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development.
I just had a drinking game there where I was having a shot every time you said sustainable. I think I'm an alcoholic now. Oh, wow. So the word was sustainable.
Good God. Do you think they want something that's sustainable?
TJ, if you want to give it through Discord, just send it to my Discord and I will load it right now.
Just,
here's the thing. When people are like, oh, you can just look it up. No, that's why we told you to provide it, because then it saves us the effort since you've clearly already done it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, a screenshot works too, but, whatever. Okay,
name is
terms like
my-
one world, currency, military, family unit, 5G, fucking 5G, private transportation, air travel, synthetic drugs are not mentioned in the 2030 agenda, though they are listed in the quote New World Order. Of course, 5G's mentioned because Steve's
God.
very, very expert.
I'm gonna have to
Very,
bring it up
very
again.
expert.
I'm gonna have to bring it up again. PJC Net. The Build Back Better thing is not part of it. It's just Build Back Better is just him wanting to fix Trump's fuck ups, to put it
And
mildly.
not being able to get it passed despite having a freaking majority in both houses of Congress. What a clown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for someone who's
Anything I don't like is part of the agenda. That's PJC.
Exactly. Anything he doesn't like is just part of the agenda. I'm sorry,
Well,
PJ. That's how you're
but
sounding.
here's the thing: he can't provide the actual citation, but he can provide snippets in his words. So to me, it suggests he can't really back it up. So he's just going to keep doing
He
this through the
definitely can't.
chat. Yeah. So just an interesting one about the
I
Great
mean, he's
Reset.
done this before.
I'm going to draw one to, I think it was 1993 when David Suzuki's daughter did address the world in one of these very similar, hey guys, we've got to pull our finger out or get shit going. And she actually did cause a few environmental ripples. But of course, fast forward, 30 years later, and Greta got really attacked by those who were going to lose things from her overall address. So I wonder where the fossil fuel industries and those sort of big tobaccos sort of stand on this. But I think they sponsor these and pay people to say nothing. Does that sound like a pretty viable sort of a thing? The big benefactors remain silent but still pay now. Thoughts, guys?
I mean, usually they're not super secretive about it. A lot of those types are really egotistical, so they like getting credit for it.
Yeah,
That's my take on it. But again, I might be slightly high right now, so.
Who's not? That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, we're still.
I mean, we're
a
sitting
little bit
in a
more
hot tub full of LSD, so.
Y'all are sitting in a hot tub full of LSD, so yeah.
Y'all got a ticket to ride and you don't care.
And I'm just standing here on the moon's surface, looking at Earth. It's a beautiful sight.
Okay, I'm gonna skip over the next paragraph because it's basically just rehashing. It does say that the 2030 agenda as printed does not mention global sovereignty. And then the next bullet point is the United Nations planning to institute a new world order by 2030. There is no evidence that the UN will establish one world government along with any associated implications. There is no evidence that the UN will establish a one world government.
Say it one more time in your Kent Hovind voice, because that would sound awesome.
There is no evidence that the UN will establish one world government along with associated implications.
There you go.
No evidence. Let me just emphasize that because I feel like PJ's going to have trouble connecting those dots. Yeah. All right. Daniela Gross, a spokesperson for the UN Secretary General, told USA Today in an email that the claim is entirely fabricated. Quote, "No, this is false. This is not a genuine UN document." End quote. Well, she's just lying. The WIPO lies. These are fake news. I don't want to listen to this.
Yeah, pretty much.
The author of a 2014 report on Agenda 21 conspiracy theories, Heidi Beirechem, sure, told AFP Australia in June that the New World Order claim is a far-right hoax. What a shock.
Just like probably.
What a shock that it's a far-right hoax.
Just like Project Veritas and all that other bullshit and QAnon. And
oh my God, you guys, we caught a typo. When was this article written? 2020?
I don't.
This typo's been on their website because they spell her name Beirich.
Oh, they. Yeah.
Yeah, they put in an extra M there and didn't catch it. Ooh,
Yeah. Ooh,
child, let me be your copy editor. Okay. That post is filled with all the bogus claims the far right has made against Agenda 21 for a long time now, she said. Moreover, Agenda 21 and the 2030 agenda are not legally binding. The letter is
Yeah.
subject to each country's commitment. A frequently asked questions page states that implementation and success will rely on countries' own development policies, plans, and programs.
See, all this started from Alex Jones. And Alex Jones has admitted himself that he's an actor, that he's a bullshit artist. I mean, that's all Alex Jones is.
Yeah.
And I have to fix the screen.
Similarly, Barrack described Agenda 21 as a, quote, perfectly sensible planning paper, a non-binding statement of intent aimed at dealing with sustainability on an increasingly crowded planet, end quote. She did a conspiracy report for the Southern Popular Site. Oh, wait. Dude, I'm going to have to go read that. I still haven't caught up on reading all their articles, but our rating, false. We rate this claim false because it is not supported by our research. A claim suggesting the UN's agendas for sustainable development, whatever, has been debunked by experts and people who have actual sense. A representative from the UN said that the agenda is not a genuine agency document. And then they link to their
Fact check sources.
fact check sources.
Yeah.
Weird how they link their sources.
Yeah, they have all their sources there. See, you can go to each of their sources.
I'm fun.
I'll put the link in the chat. So if y'all want to go view the sources, y'all can.
Oh, please. Everybody knows sources are just context. And context is for the weak.
Let's see if there's anything else.
What I don't get is they're all afraid of this one world government, new world order thing, and yet then they unironically love the emperor from the 40K universe.
Yeah. Good call.
Oh my god.
No one's going to tell me what to do. I've got my freedom of speech. Hey, Donald, what have I got to do next? Yeah, okay, thank you, boss. Yeah, it's good. I'm going to wait for your next Twitter.
PJ, DM me the links. Just DM me the links over Discord, and I can bring them up. That's all you have to do. Just DM me the links, and I will bring them up. Okay?
Well, either way, we're
Okay,
not going to be
sweetie?
able to check out. We're not going to be able to check whether they came from Bitchin or one of those, what is it, the Daily Mail or one of those bullshit papers. So
Oh, yeah,
either
if
way,
it's-
it'll
if
be
it's-
select. It'll be select.
If it's from like one of those sites, like an extreme right-wing site, we may not look at it because, well, extreme right-wing sites are usually filled with propaganda as well as bullshit.
And
we
with
gotta
regards
do
to
that.
PJ, with regards to PJC, the confirmation bias is strong in this one, PJ. With all due respect, I appreciate you're a nice person, but you do tend to lean it towards your agenda only. You don't really look at it fair and across the board. Anyway.
8 predictions. He gave me a link to a YouTube video. 8 predictions for the world in 2030. PJ.
Predictions? So
it's
it's
from-
just speculation. Cool.
It's from the World. It claims it's from the World Economic Forum, but I don't believe it. But I'm going to load it anyway. Oh no, this is from a channel called Flow State. This isn't from the World Economic Forum.
I mean, I could listen to my next door neighbor talk about what they think is going to happen, but that doesn't make them a source of any credibility.
Let me see. They have a World Economic Forum link below. Okay. Backup channel. World Economic Forum live stream. Interested in more videos, blah blah blah. Portion of Economic Forums. Insect farm that is changing the way we eat. World Economic Forum playlist. He has no links to the actual World Economic Forum website. So I'm just going to assume this is bullshit because it's bullshit. I'm sorry, PJ, this isn't evidence. This is just more bullshit from the right. You have to provide us with actual evidence, not, you know.
It's like I said, I could listen to my next door neighbor talk about what they think is going to happen in 2030, but it doesn't make them a credible source. This person who's not even linking to the proper World Economic Forum's stuff is not any more of a credible source than my next door neighbor. This is convenient. PJ says, well, it was retracted by the World Economic Forum due to the people's objection. Who? When?
Who went? If there's
Why
no
have none of
evidence,
us heard of this?
if there's no evidence for
Oh.
it, then there's no evidence for it.
Well, you know what I think is if it was on there and the people objected, I think someone wrote "Your mom is a hoe" in the bathroom stall, but then erased it.
Tell
It was
me,
if it was retracted, then it's no longer even a thing. So
Screenshots. Did no one take screenshots, or did they all just go, "Oh no, this thing happened. We can't prove it"?
hang on though, Vish, I've got to ask about your neighbour. If your neighbour was a gay frog, would you then give credence to Alexi Jones? If said gay frog said Alexi Jones tells the truth, what would your viewpoint be? Tricky, isn't it? A moral dilemma. So
if they retracted it, that means it's no longer actually in effect.
But also, these resolutions aren't binding on governments. They're just people going, "Here's what we would like to happen."
Yeah.
But again, I don't think that you think you're lying, but please cite your source. Can you pull up a news article that says World Economic Forum retracts their thing after some randos on the right wing object to the freezing?
Well, I have right
it's
here.
Mallory. That's perfect timing. I was starting to get the munchies.
This is a .org site. This is webforum.org, which I don't think.
Well, it's a .org. It must be legitimate.
Which I don't think that's actually the World Economic Forum's website, dear.
And then, as a cited source, we suddenly see a picture of a great cavernous crevasse, and then realize it's Tucker Carlson's asshole.
Because the World Economic Forum's website is nationalfund.org. Not web. Oh, yeah. Oh wait, there it is. Webforum.org. Okay. Yeah, that is okay. Webforum.org is the actual site, but let's read it. Let's indulge in this just for a minute.
Also, but keep in mind, this is not a governmental agency of any kind.
Exactly.
Literally, it is not governmental at all. It is all civilians. These people do not hold governmental titles. It is just a lobbying group. They do not make policy. They certainly don't enforce it.
They have no power whatsoever.
It's just people talking about what they would like to happen. They are not in the government.
Yeah, exactly.
So, just heads up there.
Well, I've got it up on the screen. So.
Oh, am I supposed to read this?
Yeah, this is a nice video.
Okay. There's an urgent need for global stakeholders to cooperate. And oh my God, I'm already gonna puke. Global stakeholders. I'm gonna vomit. In simultaneously managing the direct consequences of the COVID-19 crisis to improve the state of the world Economic Forum is starting the Great Reset Initiative. Okay, taking place in the context of the UN General Assembly. It's fourth and for the first time fully virtual sustainable. Impact Summit will convene leaders from blah, along with a diverse group of experts and innovators to initiate, accelerate, and scale up entrepreneurial solutions. So this is all corporate shit.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurial solutions, that's corporate, to tackle climate change and advance sustainable development. Literally, corporations have no interest financially or personally in stopping or slowing climate change, because that's how a lot of them are making their money. Hashtag oil companies. So, yeah, this is doomed to failure.
Yeah, they're basically going all, and it's the end of the thing. They've got a big hand on the table, and they're going to try and screw what they can out of it. This, to me, looks like a government advertising, a corporate advertising leaflet. Yeah.
It's written like one, because it's got the brand keywords and everything.
Yeah, I honestly don't think we should read it out, because we're just giving them oxygen, and we're mentioning that thing that's called 91 Divock backwards. So, and apparently saying that'll not get you into trouble now.
This looks more like a spreadsheet for corporations than anything.
Yeah. It's literally, I'm telling you, it's got the branding, like the keywords that they want to keep, associating with their brand. It's like, bruh.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a
Oh, it's funny. Oh my God, Booma. PJ says, so it's a real thing, but the World Economic Forum is going to make it sound better than it really is.
Oh,
Right.
God.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Cool. All right.
Mm.
Well, let's get on to a video for tonight because we're, let's save Ashanti's reading voice for a minute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The pandemic has radically changed the world as we know it.
Wow, that's really
And the
loud.
actions we take today as we
Ow.
work
It's very soft for me and probably for them as well. That's weird. Because I have it down to here. Not even half
What's that?
Not even half volume.
Eh?
Okay, I'll turn it down lower, but I don't know if the stream will be able to hear it then.
Oof.
The pandemic
Gonna-
has radically changed the world as we
Is
know
that
it.
better?
And the actions we take today as we
Yes.
work to recover will
Okay.
define our generation.
Now is the time
Agreed.
to think what history would say about this crisis.
2020 has been challenging on a lot of levels, as economic, environmental, and societal frailties have been laid bare.
Oh, that is absolutely
That when
true.
we need to, we
That
can
is
act rapidly.
absolutely like 200% true.
Yeah.
Like, we watched pretty much every government on Earth, save like a couple, just collapse like a bunch of wet toilet paper because every plan that was in place to help sustain like infrastructure and things like that and supplying like medical tools and stuff like that just absolutely folded up because no one took it seriously or wanted to implement it without a bunch of red tape. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the whole thing about the rapid COVID tests that were thrown away this spring because the guy didn't want to create a surplus and lose money.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he ordered COVID tests to be destroyed. That was real cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, awesome. Just a whole bunch of
PJ
awesome
in the
stuff.
chat is saying, who was at Davos in 2020? And then he named some people, and I'm like, so? It literally said on their webpage that they invite government people, entrepreneurs, innovators, business people. They literally
cetera, et
just
cetera.
said that. So who cares? The group is a lobbying group. The
Yeah.
WEF is a corporate lobbying group. The WEF itself is not a governmental agency. When they have their yearly meeting, they invite people from governments.
Yeah,
Why is this a problem?
it's just a bunch of corporation people that are inviting world leaders. And of course the world leaders want to come because it's corporations that give them money. It's all about
Money
that
for
money, honey.
campaign. That's
Nothing's
right.
All
more
about that
profitable.
money,
than,
honey.
Hmm.
nothing's more profitable than that sweet, sweet corporate synergy.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
right.
hey
That's all
guys,
it is.
wouldn't it be good if we actually passed a law where the politicians and that have got to wear suits like the race car drivers, showing all of your sponsors? So when you turn up, it's like big gold, big gold. That would be so cool. We know who owns them, and therefore
Oh my
what they
God.
say would make sense. Make all
Please,
NASCAR
yes.
Please just
Please,
make that
yes.
a thing. Make that a thing. And
Also,
we have a Mallory.
everybody welcome Mallory from a faraway land called Canada.
Canadian.
Oh.
I'm here.
We have our
Oh.
Canadian friend in.
Oh,
Hey, friend. How are you doing tonight?
I am now home and high as a kite, so I'm doing
Hell
swell
yeah.
at the
Oh,
moment.
you are soaking in LSD, sweetie, so you would
Yeah,
be.
this hot tub we're all sitting in is weapons grade LSD, so
Yeah.
we're about to get blasted.
I got it by the gallon.
Hey, we have a
All
Nikki
these
Daly in the chat. Hey, Nikki.
Hello.
What
Nikki.
up?
Let's say hi to the chat real quick. Hey, Jenny Jew, Little Wolfie, Streamlabs, yeah. Laurento Dinka,
Laurentiu.
Laurentio Dinka, Trent O, Vishanti, oh, wait, yeah, that's you. Pike 71, who else is in the chat?
Oh,
Microraptor's in the chat, Hey everybody, I hope you're having a good time. Hope you're having a great Christmas. And PJCnet as well. Hope you're having a great Christmas as well. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I would like to ask specifically what you heard about Klaus Schwab's family.
What-
Why is that relevant?
What?
And I'm not asking in like a troll way. I'm like asking for real, for real.
WEF has
So
more power
while
than you
PJ
thought.
types that.
The
Led
fish
by-
from American Dad?
Yeah, that's the
Klaus
fish from
Schwab?
America. That's from-
Klaus. Never mind.
Oh, right.
that's-
But yeah,
yeah,
well, I'll give PJ time to type. But I was just wondering, like, what is it specifically about the Schwab family that he heard? Anyway, all right, carry on.
Who is Klaus Schwab?
The head of the WEF.
Oh, okay. What about
Yeah.
him? Anyway, let's continue with the video.
You restructure our lives.
The recovery from the pandemic is an opportunity. We can see rays of hope in the form of a vaccine, but there is no vaccine for the planet. Nature needs a bailout.
It's true.
That is
thank
such
you,
a shitty, stupid corporate thing to say.
That
Yeah.
you had before, simply because it was the status quo that got us here.
With everything falling apart, we can
Oh my
reshape the world
god.
in ways we
The
couldn't
lack of
before.
self-awareness
Ways
is
that better address so
staggering.
many of the
Yeah.
challenges we face. And that's why so many are calling for a great reset. A great reset? That sounds more like buzzword bingo, masking some nefarious plan for world domination.
I've got to say
That's
something.
because that's what that is.
And I've got to say something, PJ. If it's flat earthers that are telling you stuff, it's probably bullshit because we all know, even though you are a flat earther, 99% of the things flat earthers say is bullshit. I'm sorry, sweetie, but that's just the way it is. just putting it out there. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Ooh, buddy.
Hands up.
Also, I
This
love
country
how
hasn't got-
they're lampshading the fact that people are making conspiracies out of this. Global elites play for your future, like they're. Oh, that's
And
actually that's funny.
And it does seem like you get way too much of your information from some conspiracy nuts, like Surfy Poo just said.
Mm-hmm.
Gone down well. But all we really want to say is that we all have an opportunity to build a better world. And it's not surprising that people who've been disenfranchised by a broken system and pushed even further by the pandemic
This
will
what-
suspect global leaders of.
This watches like a corporate ad. Seriously.
That's because the WEF is corporate as hell. Like they keep saying,
Yeah.
we need an entrepreneurial reset. We need to give nature a bailout. I'm like, these are corporate terms. The whole point of the bailout was because we didn't feel like letting banks fail, even though they defrauded Americans out of billions of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were too
Billions.
big to fail. You know what? Fuck you, Barry. That was a bullshit move.
Yeah, it was. It totally was. And pretty much every liberal was like, what the fuck, dude? Even though
But they're all. But now they're like, he put out a second memoir. We should go buy it and read it in book club. I'm sure PJ's brain's exploding. He's probably like, well, if you're not a right winger like me who knows the truth, you must be one of them Democrat liberals.
You know, though, an interesting thing about it does have a knock on where all the doomsday preppers are all probably sitting out in their little doomsday castles right now, buying themselves another AR-15 for Christmas. Speaking of which, Mallory, did Santa bring you a weapon or not? Did you get a gun for Christmas?
I just got like a really cool bat with like barbed wire on it. It's pink. It's adorable.
Oh, so you got my
Oh.
gift. I'm glad it replied there, safe.
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right.
Ooh, got her the Harley
So
Quinn
for-
special.
Exactly.
Right.
It's part of her Harley Quinn cosplay that I'm giving her.
I love that.
What
The George said, Bill Murray Crimbus and Chrysler.
It's Chrysler.
Great Chrysler.
Very Chrysler. Very Chrysler,
Oh,
everyone.
by the way, so I'm the only Jew in my office, and when everybody was bringing in gifts for everyone else on Thursday, they brought me like a gift card for Starbucks or something, which I was very glad because yum, coffee. And then she gave me a tin of those, like, what are they, shortbread cookies? And I went, oh, yeah, a sewing kit.
Oh, God.
And she actually got the joke and laughed, and I was like, good, thank you. Because everyone's mom keeps their sewing kit in the cookie tin. It's just like,
Yeah, even my mom did that. It was in my mom's sewing kit was in a cookie tin. My sewing kit's in a
Yeah.
cookie tin.
everyone.
Everyone has their sewing kit in a cookie tin.
So yeah, she handed it right to me, and I was like, sweet, a sewing kit. And she laughed. So I was
My-
thankful that she at least got my reference.
My sewing kit is a roll of gaffer tape, and it seems to work perfectly well for me. I don't know why you need all these needles and threads and shit. Gaffer. fixes
Booma, you
everything.
only need 2 things to like fix everything. If it moves and it shouldn't, use duct tape. If it's not moving and it should, use WD-40.
WD-40. Yeah.
Yep. Or coat hangers too. Coat hangers are the extra part. That's the spare parts of the world.
Yeah.
Coat hangers and gaffer tape. I'll rule the world. Well, that's my plans. But anyway, I shouldn't go on about that. Yeah. So we're on the
Duct
sewing
tape.
kits. Woo.
Duct tape fixes everything. Yeah.
And now I want some cookies. I'm gonna get some cookies.
I want some cookies too. Cookies and milk would be nice. Cookies and some tiger nut milk would be awesome right now.
Tiger nut.
Okay, we got a whole bunch of dudes with signs and masks on with logos I don't know on the screen and like cameras and shit. Looks like a really rabid mob there. What's their
Yeah.
message? Are they kind of?
Yes, Talarian Celestia got me addicted to tiger nut milk, so yeah. Let's not talk about that. Let's get back to the video.
World's not that simple. Every one of us has differing priorities, values, and ideas. That's part of why solutions are so hard to come by, and why we all need to be involved in the decision making. Because whether it's politicians, CEOs, academics, activists, or you, we're all about getting people together, even those you may not like, to sit down at the table and develop solutions that work for all of us. But
Oh my god. I literally. This is such horseshit.
Yes, it is, but that's why we're playing it.
This is liberal bullshit. Like, sit down with the people that are your enemies. Like, can you literally just go fuck yourself? Seriously, can you just do that right now?
Yeah,
Because
as a
there are
syndicalist, I cannot agree
diametrically
with that.
opposed.
Yeah.
There are people who are diametrically opposed to my existence, period.
Yeah.
I will not sit down at a table with them and try to discuss what environmental solutions work best for us. You are actually taking up oxygen that could be used for people not being neo-Nazis. So
Basically-
kindly fuck off.
Basically, there are trees out there, tirelessly producing oxygen in order that they may be able to breathe. I do think they owe those trees an apology.
Yeah.
They definitely
It's
owe the
like,
trees an apology.
serious right now. God, I really wish Craven Mordic was in the chat right now, because he's down from like San Diego-ish area, and there have been so many neo-Nazi signs going up over freeways lately, and it's pissing me the hell off.
Is there some little
Oh,
group
yeah,
getting out there trying to
down.
cut?
Let me sit down with the Goyim Defense League and discuss which entrepreneurial spirit ideals work best for our common interests.
Like me, I would never sit down with a transphobe and talk about how trans people are Satanists, because they are diametrically opposed to my existence. They would rather me be hung than me actually exist. So I'm not gonna sit down with them and have a fucking pleasant conversation.
Yeah, so this is definitely liberal bullshit.
Yeah,
They're the only ones that say stupid shit like this.
and we are not
We
liberals.
shall
Well,
sit down and get
at
along.
least I'm not a liberal. Liberals are fucking centrist, and I am far from a fucking centrist. I am.
I mean, they might be centrist on a good day.
Yeah, they're usually right-wing idiots who just don't fall for the conspiracy theories. That's basically what a liberal is. It's just a right-wing dumbass who doesn't actually fall for conspiracy theories. Well, certain conspiracy theories, because I have met some
Hello, Radian.
liberals that do fall for conspiracy theories, but that's an entirely different subject. But I'm that
I'll-
left-wing asshole your parents warned you about.
Just a
Anyway.
good one. G'day, Radiant. Radiant actually kicked ass in the Guess the Amazon product from the testimonials. Very talented player there. Well done, Radiant.
Yes.
Hey,
You did
Radiant.
very well in the game.
Hey, Radiant,
for your
sweetie. Hope you're having a wonderful Chrysler tonight. And hey, Solarium
Hi,
Flesh.
Stellarium.
I hope you're having a wonderful Crivermas too. Anyway, let's...
Yeah, but Nikki, we actually like you.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually
You're like
like
actually
you, though,
a
Nikki.
cool person.
And I don't trust anything named Davros because, you know, General Davros.
It's Davos. That's the city.
Oh, I thought it was Davros for some reason. I was thinking Davros, you know, the Dalek, and then that kind of turned me off
Right.
to him.
I actually read it as Davos because in Australia we always put an ad, David is Davos. So I was thinking, geez, I've been to Davos place, and that wasn't happening at all. We were just being drunk.
So that's where
yeah.
So that's where our janitor's from then, Davos? Because his name is
I don't know.
David, so I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Dave. Anyone not getting that is an idiot.
I wasn't paying attention.
Well,
I was trying to reply to somebody on. Sorry.
Or we just don't watch movies that often, or can't remember the movie because we're always off our tits when we watch movies. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, oh my god.
What?
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Dave.
Sorry, me has good creaming.
Plus, y'all are kind of soaking in LSD right now, so not the best time. Anyway,
it's not entirely LSD, I might point out, guys. Who was that? It wasn't me. I haven't yellowed the water yet. I've been very good.
Doing what?
The water's still kind of purplish, so it's not.
All right, okay. It's getting warmer, and it's not me. Okay.
You guys
You
wouldn't
know
even
who
let
you
me
are.
into the hot tub.
Well, you peed in it last time, so. I mean, we can't have that. No peeing in the hot tub. It's not a toilet.
And you haven't changed your broom for a good 25 years, Psycho Bob, too. So maybe a change of broom could help.
Yeah, that might help. The bristles are kind of worn down, and if they exist at all.
I am not made out of broom heads.
Well, let's finish this.
For this to actually work, that trust is hard to come by.
It's time for people to work together, listen to each other, and build this trust so we can move towards a better world. And we really need
More
one.
centrist
Because while the
bullshit.
pandemic affects us all, it's clear it affects some more than others.
The first people who are hit are the people at the front, those who are vulnerable. It is those on the front line who take it first, and that is simply unacceptable.
See, at the start of 2020, 1% of the world's population owned 44% of the wealth. And since the start of the pandemic, billionaires have increased theirs by more than 25%, whilst 150 million people fell back into extreme poverty. And with climate change
More
set to
than
dwarf
that,
the damage
actually,
caused
but
by the
yeah.
pandemic, the message from 2020 should be abundantly clear.
Capitalism, as we know it, is dead. This obsession that we have had with
Capitalism is far from dead, sweetie.
Yeah, I know, right? It's actually gotten stronger. What's funny?
Yeah, it's getting stronger.
You know, what's interesting to me? When was
time?
Right? When was this video made or published? I should say.
It was made in January 25th of 2021.
Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say because the numbers are somewhat accurate, but they need updating because it's been almost a year. Basically, rich people, and I mean like the wealthy, like for instance, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, they have gotten billions of dollars richer while people are literally struggling to pay rent or get groceries. And when I was talking earlier about how governments just shat the bed, collectively shat the bed, America was like, direct economic payments so you don't fall into poverty? What is this, a handout? You lazy ass. Meanwhile, there were Nordic countries giving people basic universal income for the duration of it, and I was just like, oh, look at that.
And Sir Little Wolf is entirely correct. Love that they want to build on trust, but then condemn most of the LGBT plus community. That's exactly
Mhm.
right. They want to build trust, but then they condemn us. Like, how can I? Failing to compute. System error. Rebooting.
Let's see. Yeah, I was just gonna say the numbers seemed a little off, but I think they're headed in the right direction.
I wish I had the dial-up modem sound right now so I could do the rebooting sound.
But also, I'm kind of with Trent on this one. Trent says, I don't believe any of this Great Reset stuff. What are they going to do? All countries just share wealth now. The problem's very complicated. Yes, it is. It's very complicated. And that's, I think, what conspiracy theorists overall don't like, is that life and the way things work in the world is extremely complex. There's not just one or two single issues that are affecting people at any one time. It's like a giant Gordian knot of butterfly effects.
It's like a Jacob's Ladder of Nightmares. It's just a Jacob's Ladder of Nightmares.
Well, they saying one world government and new world order and cashless society because it makes everything easy. But life and governments and humans are never that easy.
It's just like
get two modern governments to cooperate on everything. They can't even get most of us to cooperate on half of everything because people are still too caught up in, well, this is my country and we do it this way, and that's just coordinating a global is not feasible. It's like in the way that we're going. So
it's
this idea that there's going to be some secretive group that causes human nature to freaking change overnight and all governments just cede over control, like, that is BS. Human nature does not work that way.
Well, it's actually an economic natural selection process where big countries get big and small countries get small. And each, Western economy needs a third world country to rape and abuse for resources or so on. As our great English empire showed us, they spent 200 years taking over the world for spices. You reckon they could learn how to use them? But nah, it's all about the power. It's not about the actual spices. Yeah, and tacos are still the best food ever.
Just the way that human nature is, there are people out there who do legitimately want to work towards the common good, which is nice. There's also people out there who just want to work for their self-gain. And those two aspects of our nature conflict, like, pretty consistently. And, that's the result, that's the cause of quite a bit of human suffering in the world. It doesn't have to do with one, like, oh, it's just religion. Bullshit. No, it's not. There's atheists that are assholes. It does not depend on whether you're religious or not. Like, there are assholes in America just like there's assholes in China and Brazil. It doesn't matter where you live. There's also good people who are decent, like genuine, compassionate people that live in all those countries. So these are like fundamental human nature things. I know this is like a little philosophical for the bunker, but this idea that conspiracists want to lean on, there's going to be one currency, but we also think it'll be cashless at the same time somehow. And there's going to be chips in your body that track everywhere you go and handle all your finances for you, but it's going to be somehow also cashless and one currency, whatever. And one government, even though we can't get our own fucking government to agree on something in one branch of Congress. So it's not simple. It is complex. There's too many forces at work, and chaos like that on a global scale is scary. That's what makes conspiracy so appealing. It makes them easy and understandable and simple and not something chaotic and totally out of your control.
Can I just say that
it's like we need someone to drain the swamp. Hey, there's a catchphrase. That could work. We need a confident
You cannot drain my LSD bathtub.
Look, what we need as leaders is people who are very non-assuming and non-threatening. That's why I propose Mallory for President 2024. What do you say, Mallory? How would you run the world? President of the world or future president?
Can y'all hear me?
And there we go. We've got no Mallory. Damn.
I'm
damn.
so confused right now.
Can y'all even hear me?
Good.
Like, seriously?
Yeah. That is safe to say, yeah.
Oh.
So how would you rule? You're Canadian. You don't have the Fifth Amendment.
Doesn't matter. I'm running for president.
Can y'all hear me?
Okay. So do we all get poutine?
Absolutely.
I don't think they hear me.
Sweet.
On Sundays. Yeah.
We can hear you now.
Okay.
There we go.
Can I just say that money altogether is just bullshit? that we made up. Like,
Yeah.
literally, money doesn't mean a goddamn thing. It's made up bullshit.
You know, I really wish
We can
that
survive
we could
without
be
money.
like Star Trek. I mean, you know how like in Star Trek they don't really use cash transactions or currency transactions like that? I think that is really cool.
Yeah.
Like people, was it Picard was discussing like, oh, people just do things for the common good.
Yeah.
They don't just want to get rich by themselves. So.
Yeah. Money's bullshit. We don't need money to survive. We did well without
And,
money
like,
to begin with.
I mean, I'm completely fine with like barter transactions, and I understand that you can't just carry a flock of cattle with you everywhere you go to pay for shit, or
Yeah.
like tons of hay or rice or whatever. I get it. Currency was a way to like easily do those things without having to carry around huge sacks of like grain. But, you know, there's also the option of communal, like, what's a good word for it? I guess cooperation is a better word for it. But yeah, it doesn't have to be completely without transaction or barter. It doesn't have to be just someone enriching themselves versus no one doing anything. It doesn't have to be like either of those. There's other options, but you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
But we don't really need money. Isn't a necessity.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to play devil's advocate, but I have got 10 sheep and you've got 1 cow. Make me come and trade with you if you don't have some form of checking off what your cow value is against my sheep, because I'm not coming
And
over.
see,
I'm
like,
not trading. I'm sheep
if we
only, your cow
on the
only.
same,
So
well, Booma, if you and I and Charisma were your flocks respectively,
It's
I would
Nezumi
just
now.
say, hey, why don't we all participate in keeping the animals like fed and cared for, and then when the animals produce things, we can all share it. But that's socialism. That's
Chris-
evil.
Charisma is my dead name. Please refer to me as Nezumi.
Oh, my bee. Shit.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You didn't know.
I think I did, but I was having a brain fart.
It's fine.
Okay, Nezuni. Nezuni.
yeah, so getting back to it, where did cash actually evolve from? Because it came out of a necessity. There's no way someone said, hey, I've got this little chippy stone thing that the king signed, or whoever, the king of Egypt. It says Egypt's worth money. So how did it? We had to have a form of trade. So it's basically a check. And it's only as good as the person who wrote the check.
Also, I have to point out, PJCnet just said they're using money to take the wealth from the 99% to give to the 1%. Well, it's even less than that. No, they aren't. They aren't taking money away from the rich to give to the poor. They're literally taking money from the poor to enrich
that's what
the
PJ
rich.
just said.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
oh,
what
yeah,
PJ
yeah.
said.
I'm sorry. He did it backwards. So he's actually right on that. They are taking money from the 1% to give it to the 99%. No,
But also, yeah, Trent's just summarizing what I
backwards.
said.
Sorry. Strike that. Reverse it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, PJ. I got it back. I got it completely backwards. You were completely
Oh
right.
my god.
They're taking money
Darren
from us and
Ranston-
giving it to the money people.
Darren Ranston completely and, well, I will say fairly roasted me because apparently I Agent Smithed you. And I'm like, oh shit. I did, didn't I? Because Mr. Smith was always calling him Mr. Anderson. And he was like, my name is Neo. And I'm like, oh yeah, you did dead name him.
Well, let's continue on with this before we get completely off track.
I did warn people that we were going to go off topic.
Says the man who's taking it. Sorry, girl, who's taking us off track. Okay, sorry.
It says the woman who's taking us off track.
Yeah. Just a quickie, guys. We do actually need money. I have to challenge you on that point. You do need a method of trade once it gets large.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, once it gets large. But again,
Well,
I was just saying there's more than just 2 options. So
I'm just
you know.
saying that money is made up. It's an invention. It's something we invented. We don't naturally need money. Like in the natural
Yeah, I mean,
world,
but we're also, to be fair, we are also the only creatures indigenous to this planet that pay to live on it.
Yeah, you don't see monkeys bartering for stuff. Well, actually,
I mean, they do,
No,
but
no.
they actually do.
Monkeys in tourist areas know the value of certain items. That people will try harder to get items back, and they barter for stuff. They'll nick your Ray-Ban sunglasses or your phone, but not your towel. So monkeys do understand monetary value.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah.
They will actually do
Yeah,
things with
true.
each other, but it's more like we're the only creatures on this planet that do stupid shit to each other, like discriminate and commit hate crimes and starve each other out of housing and shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Let me see, Radiant. They kept writing down on clay tablets or nuts the depths which this first money indication we have trade documents from Hammurabi times. Yet they've been bartering for as long as humanity's been around.
well, the Sumerian stuff, those actually were like currency transactions.
Yeah.
It wasn't just bartering. The tablets were also ways of like meticulous accounting. It's kind of dry reading. It's not very interesting. Egyptians did it too.
Yeah.
Oh, Silk Roots. Anyway, yeah.
The native tribes like the Aztecs, Mayans, Incans, the Olmecs, they all bartered as well, but they didn't have like a form of currency. They usually used gold or trinkets or jade. Jade was very popular back then because it was very rare
And people also use cowrie shells as
and
basically
onyx.
currency. So
And onyx as well, but onyx was really extremely rare, and the Aztecs loved onyx because they thought it could kill the gods.
I mean, have you seen a Makwawit?
Yes, actually.
Because I'm pretty sure they were onto something with that.
Yeah, they were. They definitely were.
Like, if you're like, oh wow, I got a sword, I must be a badass. And the Aztecs were like, oh yeah, well we have a club with onyx blades on it. Try again.
Yeah. But no, they actually thought
Practically, like-
that onyx could kill. They thought that the onyx was a holy thing and it could smite the gods, and that's how they started killing their own gods.
It's like when Kong has an axe made out of one of the Godzilla type like back plates. That's what those were.
Yeah,
Did no one see Kong versus Godzilla?
No, I haven't yet.
No, not yet. We haven't been able to go out.
Movie.
We need passports to go to the cinema nowadays, so we can't go and watch a movie anymore.
It's on streaming now. It's been most of the year.
Just a couple of alpha monsters wanting to be alpha monsters, saying, "I want the world, you want the world." Now we have to team up against Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, but they also have to
males.
discover the power of friendship.
I
Ashanti,
know.
We all know that you're a monster fucker, so we know your attraction to King Kong and his giant dong. So
No, I actually prefer Godzilla, but nice try.
okay, so Godzilla's got giant dong. Well, wait, doesn't he have a cloaca? Godzilla's a woman. She has a cloaca, not a dong. So you're a lesbian monster fucker then?
Animals don't fall into like binaries like that.
True. Well,
But let me just, for anyone who has seen Godzilla vs. Kong, whatever, there is a point where Kong's people have an axe made out of the Godzilla species' backplates, and it is badass.
So yeah, it's official. Vishanti is a lesbian monster fucker, so we all know that now.
Monster fuckers are neutral.
So you're a gender neutral monster fucker then. Okay. Got it.
Jesus, my long crusade is over. I'm back. I got a good one. So I'm just reminded about that moment in Star Trek Next Generation when Worf informs them, "We don't have gods anymore. Ancient Klingon warriors slew them when they outgrew their usefulness."
Yeah. True. Klingons did kill their own gods, so...
Is there a chip wrapper in the background? Whoever that is, chip wrapper, please. Sorry.
So let's start sharpening the batleths.
Or your Makwawit.
The
William Meckleth.
And Mallory has left the chat. Okay, so there we go.
Yeah, Mallory left because she doesn't
We
know what's
lost her.
going on. And, oh yeah,
I mean,
since
Mallory
Mallory is
never knows
gone
what's
now,
going on.
I would like to announce my run for president. I promise everyone will get a free pony, and everyone will get free transitions. So if you want to, transition from male to female or female to male, it's all free. And free name changes for everyone, so you don't have to go to court and do all that bullshit. You just automatically change your name, go to the DMV. There you go. And it changes, yeah. So Nazumi for president 2024. Free everything, even free drugs, free illegal weed,
Sweet.
free illegal
Hell
LSD,
yeah.
free illegal morphine, free trips to the moon for flat earthers.
Awesome.
No return
Screw you guys,
trips.
I'm going to the moon.
No return.
Unfortunately, you've got a lot to take back as Mr. P, Space Cat, is quite a cat. He's actually out helping everyone. He seems to be the inside running. And of course, Mallory, a vote for dictatorship is a vote for Mallory. But of course, she may be fair. She may be a benevolent leader. So you've got a lot to beat there. In fact, you're going to have to get your pre-selection act together. You only got 4 years.
Yeah, I have it all. I have it all together. Just remember, be excellent to one another and rock on.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, it is.
That is
at
right.
this. It is at this point I'd like to announce my intent to run for president. Without any actual intent for winning, I just want to split the vote.
And gentlemen, they're off and racing. We have Dead Horse number 1, written by Nazumi. Dead Horse number 2, written by Psycho Bob. And they're jumping across to Dead Horse number 3. Come on, guys. You've been well and truly beaten into the presidency. You're going to have to aim for something more
And
subtle.
upon my winning, I will elect Psycho Bob as my vice president. He'll he won't really do anything, but
I wasn't going to do anything on the campaign trail anyway, other than meh.
Okay.
Oh, Nikki, I'll do that too. I'm going to steal your idea. And her idea is she gets to airdrop people she doesn't like onto an island surrounded by sharks and electric fences. Yeah, anyone I don't like, I'll just drop into an island. No one will know about it, of course, until after I'm actually elected. But that'll be one of my campaign promises.
Don't forget, plenty of coconuts.
Yeah, plenty of coconuts, so they won't
coconuts.
starve. They won't starve, at least.
Not if they're willing to pay the price.
Yeah.
Okay, so who are these people you don't like? Because surely they would want to know before they cast a vote.
I no comment.
Well, I somehow think this has been done before by some mouthy little bastard with a moustache, maybe 100 or so years ago. But anyway, I've got a feeling dropping people on islands is not an acceptable practice in the 21st century. But hey,
That's
go
why
for it,
I
President.
won't mention it on the campaign trail. It's not going to be an open secret.
Right.
Man, I've
You
gotten
knew
back
this,
into the share zone, which I think I've mentioned to some of you guys before, but their memes are just absolutely top notch. Oh my god, the aesthetic of it is like if someone distilled down graphic design as my passion and mixed it with like Zoomer meme. That's what this is.
Are you putting
In fact,
something up?
I will send...
It sounds terrifying.
It's great. I'll put it in the chit chat part of the server, so if anybody... Oh man, I can't. I'm just gonna link it in side chat.
Well, I'll
That's
never
too
win.
funny.
I know I'll never win, but I'm going to run it anyway because if Trump could win, anyone can, really, honestly.
I mean, shit, if you have a fully like developed platform, I'd consider voting for you.
Okay. Let's finish this video then, 'cause
Oh right, we were supposed to be on topic.
yeah, we about 30 minutes ago. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, this is what they call a stun lock.
With maximizing profits for shareholders alone has led to incredible inequality and a planetary emergency.
But no one can do this alone, and top-down approaches won't get us anywhere, because everything we've learned in our work has shown us that diverse voices lead to better results. And it's for these reasons that the forum talks about something called stakeholder capitalism, which would shift businesses away from just profit. Because
if we want to
oh my
change
God,
where the focus of our recovery will go, then we need a new dashboard for the new economy, and that needs to encompass people, planet, prosperity, and
hey,
giving people a real stake in the.
Yeah.
Did they just say they need a different type of capitalism?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I think we should close this video because it's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's
It did have a really cool little 4/4 drum beat. I love that drum beat though. It's a real go-to. It's a classic, but I love it. Always gets me in. Anyway,
well, this is a quick
Booma,
one.
have you ever heard drummers describe like the stereotypical drum fill?
I've never heard a drummer describe anything. But anyway, yeah, go on.
Okay, fine. I'll take that one on the chin. Okay, so we have this thing where we joke around that the typical drum fill is Pat Boone, Debbie Boone. Because that's more or less how it sounds when you're going down the toms. Yep. And now that you've heard it, you'll never unhear it.
Okay, I sort of do know what you mean. I was trying to, to try to not. Is that what they had in the background?
Yeah,
that little dum 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 dum. It's just sort of there.
Anyway. It's Pat Boone, Debbie Boone. And talk to your drummer friends, especially ones who have done studio work. They will know exactly what that is.
Yeah. Most of them can't spell paradiddle or pronounce it either.
Also, in my bid for presidential run, I will make Rule 34 mandatory. So, anyone
isn't it already mandatory? It's kind of like a
I'll make it a super mandatory, as in you absolutely have to make Rule 34 of whatever you can't find Rule 34 of. So if
I'm lazy.
So if
I don't want to write my own fanfic.
Yeah, I was going to say you had my vote there, but.
Or find someone. Or find someone willing to do it for you.
That's what Archive of Our Own is for. Someone's already done it.
Oh. Okay. That's moving on. Let's go to the next
What?
video.
Look, I've been in fandom for a very long time. Before, all we had was the pit. That's all we had. It was fanfiction.net. And then everything moved to LiveJournal. And then sort of kind of Dreamwidth. And then over that, Archive of Our Own became a thing. And now that is the greatest collection. And it's all sorted by tags.
Also, I would also have a department of furries. We will develop gene manipulation in order to make people furries if they want to be.
I somehow think you're not going to get the furry vote, dude, because Mr. P's a space fucking cat. If a cat is anything, it is a furry. So, dude, you're not going to get the furry vote. They're just going to go for the cat.
Legalize all marriage and weed.
Even the dog vote is going for the cat.
Beans.
Yeah, the dog vote is polling towards the cats right now. So furries, well, they're a tightly bonded group, man. I don't think we'll make inroads, but good luck.
I think you'll get a surprising number of red pandas.
Yeah.
Just because.
And my most famous one will be the Department of Cutie Marks. Basically, it's a tramp stamp, but it lists your actual qualifications. So if you're a politician, you'll just have like whatever corporate logo on your ass, and there will be little windows in your clothes that show off your cutie mark.
Pardon me, I'm just gonna go over there for a little bit.
Have I gone blind on this LSD, or is that just a big black screen? Yeah, this weapons grade LSD, man. Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh, that must be some good stuff y'all experiencing while I'm just standing here on the moon, just minding my own business, apparently.
All I did was dip my finger in, and all these squares suddenly make a circle. All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
Well, let's go to the next video. It's called The Great Reset.
Oh, I was watching it. I thought that black screen was a video. Okay, cool. We got another video. Excellent. It was a laser pointer.
Will it make a circle?
Okay, so are we watching the new M. Night Shyamalan here, or
No, it's
the
Stanley
one about
Kubrick,
the
I
stupid
think.
plants or whatever?
I think it's Stanley Kubrick, actually.
Oh no, things that change. Scary.
Industrialization has crippled the globe.
It's kind of got that Roland Emmerich from us.
Yeah, right.
Technology.
Add about 3 more explosions and we might be getting into Michael Bay.
Market erected.
Ooh, that's loud.
And you can finance your bones and your kidneys. For every market, a sub-market grows.
Your LSD hot tub comes in a little glass vial. Glass vial.
Glass vial, little glass vial, little glass vial, little glass vial. I'm glad someone got
This
that.
is literally just a montage of like humans doing human shit and nature.
Yeah.
So.
Oh god.
Cool.
That was interesting.
That had a point.
Let me go ahead and turn the volume down so you don't have you don't end up deaf tonight. I'm sorry. Vote Danish. She'll make sure we get all the stretches and treats we want. I might actually vote for Danish now, actually.
I mean, I
there's
can
one
be
that-
easily plied with snacks.
Yeah, I can be easily
Is that
bought,
gonna-
convinced with snacks.
One that we slipped over in the chat from Sir Little Wolf was a question where someone said super capitalism and what is a different type of capitalism? And the answer was lowercaseism. Very good,
Lowercaseism.
Rodin. I love your style. Thanks.
Well, I'm in
Dude, I
favor
couldn't
of
translate.
I'm in favor of super cynicalism.
Terrence Malick.
It's
That's
a-
who that last one reminded me of.
Oh, Terra Planet.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I can see that being Terra Planet. Yeah. Terra Planet was an excellent grindhouse movie.
Terrence Malick.
I think that we should all sit down and watch the new Nicolas Cage movie where he's in a exploding like bomb outfit, and if he doesn't like return this dude's daughter in 5 days from where she's been kidnapped, his entire outfit will explode. It's like Speed, but in a leather outfit.
Speaking of
Sounds
speed,
like
Can we watch it back to back with the one where he beats up Five Nights at Freddy's?
Cool.
speaking of speed, I actually have a what you call it, a screenplay. It's a pornography speed play. It's based on speed. It's basically a speed parody, where this dude has a bomb in him and he has to jerk at 55 miles per hour or else he'll explode.
You know, I can't help but think with the Nicolas Cage in like a speed suit, has Liam Neeson been involved in this? Because he's up to taking 4th or 5th or whatever now, isn't he? He keeps losing kids. So is this Nicolas Cage, is this taken from the opposite angle? Oh, sorry.
So yeah, let's get on to this next video. Six leaders discuss how a great reset should create fair jobs for billions of
First of
people.
all, we have to have the definition of reset correctly. Reset cannot
You turn it off and turn it
we
off
can't
again.
think of it in terms of sort of pushing a button and going back to the way things were. And there are a lot of reasons for that.
would you-
Most prominently that we're a long way off from being.
Hello, can you turn it down a little?
Well, I can barely hear it as it
Thanks.
is.
Oh, we can't.
I mean,
it's really loud.
blasted in my ears.
Well, hit the captions.
able to
Hey,
go
it's
back
Southern
to any
Hemisphere
kind of normal.
Go-Gad.
And the normal was a crisis. The normal
Also,
was itself.
what I was
not
going to say,
working. What we never did in those responses.
Yes, Ashanti?
okay, what I was going to say is that a reset is literally restarting something back to where you were. Like, I don't know
But-
why he thinks that is a. It's like starting all over. Like, what are you talking about? I
But
don't.
restarting from what? And to what end?
That's a good question. His head still looks like a foot.
Yes, it does actually. And to think I voted for him one time. John
It's all
Kerry.
right. It's all right. We all make mistakes.
Yep, exactly. We all make mistakes because I voted for Ross Perot too. So that was my
I was too
first.
young to vote in the election.
That was my first election. I barely was able to vote in that election.
Okay, well, I do have to slide out soon. The LSD has saturated me, and I need to go roll myself into a tiny ball so that I can reap the benefits tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like a sponge, I'm
we're
going to roll
probably-
myself and squeeze out the excess.
well, we have been going on for an hour and a half, so we're probably going to end the stream pretty soon.
Good idea. Yep.
Yeah, let's continue this video, and I'll speed it up a little bit.
Good idea.
I was mostly saying that so I would not have to listen to John Kerry.
All of the periods since World War II
Damn it.
adequately addressed the social contract, the enfranchisement of human beings around the world to be able to participate in a world that they, because of smartphones, can now see everywhere, but not participate in. That is a recipe for revolution, for anarchy.
What? Okay. 2022 challenge. Stop using anarchy as a synonym for chaos. That is not what that is.
Yeah, it's not. Anarchy is complete.
Anarchy is the opposite of hierarchy.
Yeah.
Like, this is not difficult.
Yeah, exactly. Just like a cop isn't a tyrant just because he enforces the law, you dumbass sobsits.
Oh my god.
You dumb
Am I being
fucking
detained?
sobsits.
Am I being detained?
Don't touch me! Don't touch me! I do not consent to being searched or sieged.
I do not consent. I do not consent.
No, get off!
Okay, but seriously, I am gonna go now.
Bad touch.
I hope. I will say thank you, Booma and Mallory and Bob and Nezuni, and everyone in side chat.
Are you around for New Year's Eve, Vish? Because that'll be this time next week.
Yeah,
we really
That is a
haven't
good
got plan,
question.
have we?
I might be busy either the 31st or the 1st because that's when my new second roommate is moving in. It's one of my best friends, and I'm very excited. So
Nice. You found a roommate.
I don't know specifically how long it's going to take them to drive all the way across the country. It could be 5 days, could be 6, but yeah, I'll let you know a little closer to the day. So
cool.
Okay.
yeah, woohoo! So thank you all for coming. I really enjoyed hanging out. Please bring the LSD bathtub back, because
It'll stay. It's going to stay. It's a permanent addition to our set.
Yeah.
I want it to be like basically we soak in this thing and get pickled in LSD, and we just walk around smelling like vinegar all the time, but it's LSD.
I like that. Well,
Like
what do you
people
say,
can
Christmas?
fumes and get contact high.
But next time you could just, wear bathing suits instead of actually, soaking in your clothes. That's really weird. Just gonna say.
I mean, at least I'm wearing something approximating a skirt. They're like 2 of them are wearing pants.
Yeah, I mean, Boomer has the right idea, kinda.
Yeah.
It works. I tell you what, look, while
It
we're
does
doing
work.
it, why don't we just jump in and wrap it all up now? Because this tripping is getting real tripping. We got a card game in about 16 hours. We're going to
Yeah,
be
we
just
can go
playing
ahead and
more
wrap up.
cards.
We can go ahead and
So
wrap
if
it
anyone-
up for tonight.
If anyone's awake for that, that's all I'm going to shill for now. And next week, we're not doing a something for nothing, but we're doing a movie in 2 Wednesdays
Hell
or
yeah.
Thursdays or whatever it is. So that's us, and we don't know about
So
New
yeah,
Year's Eve.
come
so-
play cards with us tomorrow. Wee.
So, and do we all wish everyone a happy new year, or do we not want to do that again? Because this last year was a bit of a. This one's a fuck
God,
up.
yeah, let's not jinx it.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's not jinx it.
Good
Oh,
night.
Boomer.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for coming. We'll see you in hell.
Yeah.
Now that's the kind of drum machine I don't like. You know where I had a nice little beat before I thought that's a cool beat. This one, oh.
This is
Drum
Literized
machine.
by Gustav.
It's a drum machine though, that's the thing. I love a natural kid.
They can still hear us, by the way.
Oh, can they?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just grab them by the pussy, that's it guys. Just grab them by the pussy. You do it all the time. And we could use those commie bastards in 30 seconds.